Hello everyone, it's time for us to go and compare the Google Pixel 9 Pro and compare it against the iPhone 15 Pro and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now first of all, I will definitely tell you when it comes down to both of these devices, they're both very good. They're basically like the main flagships that you can get as of this point. The iPhone 15 Pro is a very, very good iPhone, but the 16 Pro is the one that's about to come out, so most people are probably going to compare it against that one. But first of all, if you want to go and pick up either one of these particular devices, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these phones, the iPhone 15 Pro on the front of this device is giving you a 6.1-inch LTPO Super Retina Extra OLED display. It's a very, very good looking panel, and I definitely do think if you're going to pick up a device, these are very good phones. You're getting 2000 nits of peak brightness, 120 Hz. It's a very good looking panel. Now the dynamic island is bigger than the notch or the hole punch to the side of the Pixel 9 Pro, so that is kind of a disadvantage there. But I think otherwise it's a good looking panel and I haven't really had too many complaints about it. This is actually the main phone that I use on an everyday basis. The Google Pixel 9 Pro, on the other hand, this one is a slightly bigger 6.3-inch LTPO OLED display. So it's still an LTPO panel, it's still a $1,000 phone, it's 120 Hz, and it does get 3000 nits of peak brightness, which is a very bright panel. Having a panel like that on the Pixel 9 Pro that gets that bright is actually very, very impressive. And personally for me, I like having a phone that gives me that type of capability because it genuinely looks so cool. So I do think from that particular perspective, if I'm going to go through and pick up a device, that is a really cool type of capability that I have. And I definitely do think at the end of the day, if I'm going to pick up a phone, that is a pretty big advantage of having a phone that's going to be giving me that type of panel. You're getting USB Type-C ports on the bottom of both of these, flat sides pretty much on the sides of both these too, which is really, really nice. Frosted glass backs on the back of both phones, which again is a very, very nice touch. Triple camera setups on the back side. You're getting wireless charging on the back of both these phones. However, with the Pixel 9 Pro, you're actually getting reverse wireless charging, which is really cool. You're only getting reverse wire charging inside of the iPhone 15 Pro. So I will definitely say when it comes down to it, from my personal opinion, the Pixel 9 Pro is probably more of a flagship. I feel like if I'm going to pick up a device, the Pixel 9 Pro is probably going to be giving me a little bit more of an edge in some ways, giving me a phone that's going to feel a little bit better in my hands and more of a flagship phone than something like the iPhone 15 Pro. Although I think the iPhone 15 Pro, is still very good and everything, I think that's kind of the one area that I kind of think about here. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there for the most part. Now from the price tag side, both these phones as me making this video were $1,000 basically, but because the iPhone 16 Pro came out, the 15 Pro S came down in value just a little bit. So that phone isn't necessarily how, it's not as expensive as it used to be. So right now on Amazon, you can probably buy it for less than $800, which I think is a pretty good price tag to pay. I mean, that's definitely not the most expensive phone of all time. With something like the Pixel 9 Pro, this is a $1,000 phone. It's still $1,000 of me making this video. However, this phone is probably going to depreciate at a faster rate than something like the iPhone 15 Pro. I've seen for a long period of time, sometimes it can take a lot of, time for an iPhone 15 or iPhone in general to go down in value and price. The Pixels and the Android phones typically don't take as long. So kind of keep that in mind. But I definitely will tell you from, both these from that particular perspective. Not too much to complain about here. I like this phone a lot because of it. And I definitely would say it's a really, really good phone when it comes down to it, at least from that side. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there for the most part. There's not really too many other things to kind of complain about there in my personal opinion. Now, on top of that, when it comes down to the camera side of things, this is also something that's very, very fascinating to me. So we're basically getting a triple camera setup on the backside of both of these. So both these are, wide ultra-wide telephoto lenses. The megapixel counts are kind of all over the place, but here's the big things you kind of need to keep in mind. You are getting an ultra-wide camera on the front side of the Pixel 9 Pro, whereas on the iPhone 15 Pro, you're just getting a wide-angle lens. So that is kind of a big difference. I like having an ultra-wide camera on the front because you can capture more of a subject into a photo. But I still think that, iPhone 15 Pro's front camera is still very, very good for the most part. On top of that, you're getting 4K at 60 on the front and the back, which is a very nice thing to have. I think that layout is very, very nice. However, with something like the Pixel 9 Pro, you're getting 8K capability on the backside of that phone. So having 8K is very, very cool. I love having that type of capability. I don't know when the last time I used 8K video, but I know I love having that type of capability. So I love being able to go through and use it if I need to. And this in and of itself is a very, very big thing. So personally for me, if I'm going to go and pick up a phone, I like the Pixel 9 Pro. I think that phone and that camera is probably the better one when it kind of comes down to it. I think when it comes down to something like the Pixel, with the iPhone 15 Pro, I think this is a very good camera, but I honestly don't even think this was that big of a difference coming from its predecessor. Like, I feel like in some ways the predecessor was good and everything, but like the iPhone 15 Pro camera is great and I love it, but I definitely do think maybe the quality of the Pixel 9 Pro camera is better. But I definitely will tell you when it comes down to both, not too many differences here, but 8K capability definitely sways me more into buying something like the Pixel 9 Pro over the iPhone 15 Pro when it kind of comes down to it. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there too a little bit. Now on top of that, another very big thing to keep in mind here too are these software updates. So luckily for us, between both these phones, like both these devices are going to be lasting for a very, very long amount of time. And that is something that is very nice between both. You can easily go through and pick up a device, either one of these, and basically have a very good experience with. And I love being able to go through and pick up either one of these phones because they are actually going to be giving you a very long lasting device. So if you're going to pick up either one, you're going to have a really good lasting phone. And that's something that I love a lot about both of them. So probably the Pixel 9 Pro may be the one that's going to last longer, but even then it's like peanuts to peanuts here. There's not too many big differences here. And when it comes down to both, really, really good stuff going on for the, iPhone 15 Pro and for the Pixel 9 Pro as well. So that kind of covers it up there as well. Now, when it comes down to the battery side, the Pixel 9 Pro internally with the battery is giving you a 4700 mAh battery, where the iPhone 15 Pro is giving you a 3274 mAh battery. So in my personal opinion, the battery size is significantly larger inside the Pixel 9 Pro, but also the Pixel 9 Pro is going to be giving you that reverse wireless charging aspect, which does kind of stem down to its battery charging capability. So that is something really cool. You have a bunch of power left over on the Pixel 9 Pro if you need to. I'd still have to do a battery comparison between these two, but I'm telling you, the Pixel 9 Pro is probably going to be the one that's probably going to outlast something like the iPhone 15 Pro. And from the speed comparison side, I will tell you, the iPhone 15 Pro speed is very, very good. You can the Apple A17 Pro chip inside with 8GB of RAM, but the Pixel 9 Pro is giving you that Google Tensor G4 chipset inside with 16GB of RAM. Having that 16GB of RAM option, twice the amount of RAM as the iPhone 15 Pro, is absolutely insane. I know the common consensus is maybe the iPhone 15 Pro doesn't need that much RAM, but that is still, an insane amount of RAM to have. That's a amount of RAM that my MacBook has and like other devices have, that are like PCs. So it's pretty crazy that we already kind of have that type of capability in and of itself. And that makes me actually very happy at basically owning it when it kind of comes down to it. So what I will tell you is between both, these are two flagships. These are two very, very good phones. And I like having these types of phones because they're going to hold up very well when it comes down to that, capability. I think with the iPhone 15 Pro, the advantages are, one, it's cheaper. So a little bit cheaper now in the used market. I think the cameras are great. I think it's a very fluid, fast phone, and it is a pro model phone. And there's a lot of good stuff going on with that device. The Pixel 9 Pro, I think the advantages are, one, it's newer. It's probably going to last longer than the iPhone 15 Pro. Better camera on that phone, maybe better performance here and there as well. But still, they're very, very close. If I'm going to pick up one, I love my iPhone 15 Pro, but I really love the Pixel 9 Pro as well. And I really do think both these phones are very solid devices. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.